So this is our anchorage this morning at Rathmines. Great little jetty over there, a couple of public moorings here. You can stay here for a day or so. And it's a beautiful morning, unlike yesterday where it rained all of the day and was pretty miserable. But the first thing you have to do when it's sunny like this is get all your wet clothes out and hang them up to dry. So that's the first plan of attack for this morning. Get a bit of the clothes dry from yesterday. Well, we don't wear skimpy bikinis. Hell, it frightens me when I take my shirt off. There's definitely no one pregnant here. This is motor sailing for old dudes. We do live on a boat and we do cruise extensively along the Australian coast. Join us and visit some great destinations. Learn how to look after a boat and live off grid. It might even get you enthused to do the same thing. Hey, stay out there till you can't. Anyway, we're pretty comfy here and there's a lot of good spots like this around Lake Macquarie. So if you can get in and out, it's very shallow getting in and out of the lake, but if you can get in and out of here, it's a great boating destination. We're probably going to spend at least a couple of weeks here, I'd imagine. So it'd be good to have a bit of a relax and not be travelling for a while. This is Rathmines Jetty, and it was rebuilt maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, and what a fantastic job. The whole thing is plastic, recycled plastic. It'll be here forever. So you've got good access out to two public moorings, and you can tie up here and put water on. There's a tap on the jetty as well, so it's pretty handy. Well, this is one of my favourite spots in the lake. It's Rathmines. There's a great jetty here. You can come in and tie up and actually get water, which is fantastic. And there's a couple of public moorings just off the jetty. But it's just one of lots of really great destinations in the lake. The only problem with the lake is getting in. The entrance channel has silted up really badly over the last years. We came in on a 1.3 metre high tide and just about touched bottom on the way in, and I only draw 0.7 of a metre, so it's getting harder to visit these places, which I'm sure the locals are pretty happy about because they want to keep it a bit of a secret to themselves. But it's a bit of a shame because there is some great calm water destinations in the lake. So we're going to spend a couple of weeks here. I'll show you around a bit, and yeah, hopefully they'll do something with the channel. Apparently the locals have stopped paying their mooring fees in protest to the fact that you can't really get in and out of the lake much anymore. So I guess the authorities are going to have to look at some way of making that channel deeper and keeping it that way. That could be an expensive job, I suppose. Anyhow, it's a great destination if you're in a catamaran and only draw about probably, well, I draw 0.7 and I'm pretty sure I sniffed the bottom at one stage, and that was at a high tide, quite a high tide. So you do need a very shallow drafted boat to get in here.
Yeah. Just walking around here at Rathmines, I find that there's these boards, interpretive boards all the way around, talking about it that was a training base for the Catalina seaplanes. And the boards are absolutely so amazing to read. This one here is about the women that were allowed to work here, and they got higher paid wages than they call it the civilian society. Now, of course, they weren't allowed to have relationships, and if they did have relationships or get married, they had to leave the service.
All around Rathmines there is evidence of the old seaplane base. It was operated by the RAAF during the war and up until about 1960. A lot of the infrastructure has been removed, but many of the old buildings have been repurposed. The officers' mess now houses the Rathmines Bowls Club, appropriately named the Catalina Club, and a lot of the history of the area is contained therein. Trail around the base, and these interpretive boards are great. They tell you what went on with a few old photos. Fantastic.
Where are you off to, Normie?
We're going to an open mic at the Bowls Club.
Yeah.
I'm going to sing a song.
What are you going to sing, Norm?
Don't know yet.
Oh, really? I hope you work it out. Should be fun though.
Should be a bit of fun. Pretty big setup, Wom. What are you singing?
I'll sing along.
Just one song from later on. It can only get better from here. Used to spend the nights out in the ballroom. It was the only love I ever knew. Rescue me from falling to the very bottom and drag me back into the bottom. You're as smooth as primitive. You're as sweet as forty-five. You're as sweet as rain. And I get high on your golden sky. You're just like in the sun from the days of yore. When they come knocking on my door, and I've never met a girl like you before.
Well, I'm pretty excited. We've just pulled up at Rathmines, back at the pontoon here, back at the jetty here, and I'm just walking up to town. I've got something to pick up at the post office. Woohoo! Pretty exciting stuff. Okay, from the post office, what do we get? This is exciting. It was quite quick. I did pay a little bit extra to have it delivered quicker. So I got it in about 3 days.
Oh,
It's only
oh,
one.
that's it.
It's only the
That's
hats.
it.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
All right, not this small. Have a look at that. Merchandise. Motor sailing for old dudes. We've got our own caps now. So it's off with the old, on with the new.
Yeah.
That look alright, eh?
That look good.
Yeah. I was at Rathmines yesterday and I came across a few old dudes out the front of an old RAAF building. And it's the Rathmines men's shed. But this is a men's shed with a bit of a difference. So today I'm going to go up and do a bit of filming. Most important part of the morning, coffee time. Bit of sunshine out today and it's washing day. So where are you off to, Wombi?
Oh, tomorrow night I'm going home, and my other home. And then I go and see the grandies and do grandy duties, which will be really exciting. See my son who's having a birthday, and then back here again, taking Ted.
Oh, taking Ted.
Yeah,
It's cold nights for Normie.
that's it.
So I'll wait here for you, eh?
Yeah.
I'll be around the lake.
There's a lot of places in the lake you haven't been yet.
Yeah, I'll hang around the lake. I wait for you to come. Here's our lift. Well, I've been at Rathmines for about 5 days now. Probably overstayed my welcome a little bit, but was just waiting to get Wombi on the train. She left this morning, but she's headed up back to Brisbane to do some grandma duties, and I'm going to do a lap of the lake. So I'm going to leave now and take you on a trip around Lake Macquarie. It's quite a big lake, about twice as big as Sydney Harbour apparently, and there's lots of good amenities for boaties all the way around the lake, so we'll go and check some of them out. Let's go. This afternoon to Styles Point. Some moorings around here. I might snag one, or we might just have to anchor off. Not a very big trip. It's only probably not even half a nautical mile, but anyway, we'll go and see what's around here and I'll follow the lake around. A couple of moorings here by the look of it, so that'll be good for us. We'll pick one up, save getting our anchor dirty. The other thing you want to be a bit careful of is oysters on the mooring line, so couple of little nicks in my fingers, but they can be pretty nasty and get infected, so I'll get some betadine on them. Not a big trip today. We left from here, came around Styles Point, and we just picked up a mooring here under Styles Point. So it's a good anchorage, this one, because it is protected from a lot of different winds. So you can ride out a lot of different wind directions and strengths here at Styles Point. And there's a good little jetty over there I can tie the dinghy up to, so I can still get ashore. And yeah, we'll be pretty comfy here. Well, it might be a pretty nice afternoon for a barbecue. So got the barbie warming up, the chips are in the oven. Open a 4X. I went up to town early this morning and bought a beautiful bit of T-bone. Doesn't get any better than that. It's going to take a little bit of eating, I think, this one. This little oven has been a great addition to the kitchen. There we go, steak and eggs and chips. A little bit of Worcestershire, can't say it, that black sauce. Worcestershire, no. Well, I've done what I had to do at Rathmines, so we're going to drop the lines now and head around to Wombi, probably the Workers Club. I'm going to go down there and see if I can pick up a berth there, and we might spend a day or two at the Wombi Workers Club. So let's go. Not sure, but it looks like there's more rain on the way. I hope I get round to the Wombi Workers Club before it starts. Not a long trip, probably only about 3 nautical mile, I reckon. So here's the trip. We left from Rathmines down here. We came up around this point, around Fishing Station Point, and then up into this bay, and this is where the that's where the Workers Club jetty is. So we'll go and pull up there and see what there is to offer. The guys working on the jetty there, they're building a new jetty, so they've said they didn't want me to tie up, they've got too much going on, which is fair enough. So that'll be something for the future, I guess. Next time I come here, there might be a nice new jetty there I can tie up to, but we're just going to have to slip across the Wombi now, and we'll tie up over there.
A couple of years now.
Yeah. Don's followed me on Facebook and YouTube for a couple of years.
Yep.
Keeps his boat here at Marmont Point.
Marmont Point, yeah, yep. And here on Lake Macquarie. And
so he's come over to Wombi, and we were going to have dinner at the Servicemen's Club, but
today's Monday.
Today's Monday, and the kitchen's closed, so we're having a picnic on the foredeck. Fantastic.
Yes, and yeah, Norm is an old friend, but as an old friend I see pretty much on a regular basis, like every day or every second day. It's pretty nice to keep track. Pretty nice to keep track.
Well, really good to see you again, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All the best.
Let's start.
I'll say hello. Just ignore it. Nothing exciting for today.
One rent too many. Well, some great walks around Wombi and all around the lake actually. There's some really good walking tracks and bike tracks, so you can get out and stretch your legs off the boat. Hey, thanks for watching. Join us next week. We'll visit some other destinations around the lake and visit the Trinity Point Marina. It's a new one and they've got a great fuel dock.